I told my GF I'd rather break up than do something in bed. We've been together since senior year of college and have talked about marriage. We're not exactly sexually adventurous, just normal stuff, but we've been trying a few more things lately. She said that she really wants to try pegging. She said we've already done anal, so I shouldn't be too opposed. Except, we only did it because she wanted. I can take it or leave it. I told her that I would never agree to pegging and she'll just have to forget about it. She bought a strap-on to try to convince me it wasn't that big of a deal. No kink shaming, but I have no interest and don't want to try. She said that if I don't do it, she'll never be able to experience it. I, half-jokingly, told her if she keeps pushing it, she'll be free to experience it with whoever she wants. She stared to cry. Should I just do it because she wants, or should she respect my decision and drop it? Edit. A bit of context. We were both raised in evangelical churches and have since left. What's adventurous to us is pretty tame to many. It's also why we have difficulty discussing consent and boundaries. Update. Thank you to everyone that took the time to comment and share advice. It really helped me. Brief summary from the original. My GF tried pressuring me into letting her peg me. We got in a huge fight. Here's the update. We broke up. Nah, JK, she's next to me on the couch bugging me to rub her feet. I guess she hasn't learned anything about consent. The real update is positive, especially for our relationship. A lot has happened. I took advice from the comments to have a conversation about boundaries, consent, and focusing on things we are both comfortable exploring. She agreed it was a good idea. We were really naive and unprepared for all this. We thought we could figure it out as we went. She asked if I was willing to share the websites I was finding this info so she could read them too. I told her that I posted it on Reddit. Actually, lucky I did, since someone made a TikTok about my post that she saw. And she probably didn't want to see it. The comments were universally against her. She asked me to show her anyway. She read the post and some of the comments. She said she knew that she was wrong, but was a little surprised by how negatively people reacted to her. I asked why she cried, and it was because she was upset I would even joke about breaking up. She wasn't trying to manipulate me by crying. She thought we were just having a conversation. I told her she wasn't listening to me and how uncomfortable I was. I was trying to find an exit ramp for the conversation, not seriously talking about breaking up. I also apologized because I was wrong to joke like that. She admitted she wasn't sensitive to my boundaries and was just focused on what she wanted. She recognizes that behavior is really toxic, and she would think I was an ass. Yes, that's a pun, if I kept ignoring her boundaries. She also apologized for buying the toy and agreed it was manipulative. One commenter suggested a yes/no/maybe list. This advice has made a world of difference. We found some examples that helped us create our own. We agreed to be honest, no judgment, and not to pressure the other person on anything they put no or maybe on. We agreed the list was just for discussion. It didn't imply consent. We would discuss everything, and we are free to change our minds at any time. If you're wondering, I marked pegging as no for me, and she checked yes. She will not bring it up again unless I change my response, but I'm glad she was honest. There is still some awkwardness surrounding sex, enjoying it, exploring it, and even talking about it. We're giving each other grace and allowing for mistakes and misunderstandings. There are plenty of things we're both willing to do right now, not to mention just regular weekday sex is pretty great. The rest of the update is about our future, not really related to the original post. When we were having our discussions about sex and communication, we also started talking about our relationship with each other, Jesus and church. We realized we missed belonging to a church community, but wanted to find one that fits our values, not our parents. We found a nice church. My family would call it Church Light. We've just stared going, and they're very welcoming. And the people are very nice and accepting. One of the reasons we joined was we wanted to be married in a church. That's right, we're engaged. We were already thinking of marriage, but these last few months we've really solidified our commitment to each other and our future together. She told her parents, and they didn't give us their blessing. We were expecting that. Her parents are very traditional. They won't visit us because we live together and made it clear the last time we visited them they don't approve of us and our views. My fiancé, GF at the time, told her sisters she was on birth control and also said they should get the HPV vaccine. They are adults and can make their own choices, but her parents don't see it that way. That caused a shitstorm. We weren't invited to Christmas. We told her parents we will invite them to the wedding, and it's their decision to attend or not. Her siblings are happy for us and said they will be at the wedding. My parents were happy. They aren't as strict about things, although I can't deny the fact I'm their son, not daughter, plays a part in it. My mum just wants us to have kids so she can be a grandmother. I know my fiancée wanted her mum to be involved in the wedding planning, dress shopping and all that, and for her dad to give her away. She's really disappointed, and we're hoping they change their minds, but we're not expecting them to. We aren't going to have a big wedding since we're paying for it all, but it will be what we want and it's for us, not anyone else. My 26M fiancé, 24F, is reconsidering our relationship over a sandwich. Next month we'll have been together for 3 years. We have been living together for 11 months and I proposed 5 months ago. This situation is absolutely absurd to me. A couple of weeks ago, my 26M fiancé, 24F, asked me to get takeaway because she was too tired to cook. She's an A&E nurse and was still recovering after having had coronavirus, caught from the ward at work. I went to Greg's after work. I had a voucher where I would get a second free sandwich identical to my first order. I ordered us tuna crunch baguettes. I forgot that she's allergic to several types of fish and shellfish, including tuna. It was an honest mistake on my part, but she flipped out. I offered to cook for her. I was going to let it go because she was just getting over being ill, but she was still mad the next day and left our flat to go stay with one of her mates. Besides the tuna, she was also upset that I couldn't recite her usual Greg's order by heart, or her order from another one of our regular takeaways, even though she knew mine. She has a better memory than I do because she needs it for her work. She hasn't returned and says she's reconsidering our relationship. Over a sandwich. She says the sandwich is just a symptom, but that's absurd. I made a mistake forgetting her allergy, but I don't believe it's something to end the relationship over. She was disappointed when I got home and told her what sandwiches I bought, but I didn't think it would be something she'd leave over. My family and even my mates say I'm right, and this is absurd. For her to be reconsidering because of a sandwich. The one time I spoke to her since she left, she says her family all agrees with her. Our lease is up at the end of next month, and she told me to go ahead without her if I want to stay in our flat. I do love her. I want to marry her. It's completely absurd to me that I'm in this situation, and I cannot believe it.